are taking Jason Arno's casket right now and loading it into the fire truck that will begin the journey to St. Joseph Cathedral.
That is Engine 2, as we see the casket lifted into Engine 2, the unit which firefighter Arno worked with the Buffalo Fire Department.
You can see quite a turnout there, all of those first responders there, and that's just a small look at how many people are there. Outside the cathedral, we saw so many more as well, too, just there showing their, respect, honoring him and his bravery and sacrifice for our community.
Solemn moment with the snow coming down there on Delaware Avenue. To give you an idea of this procession, which is about to begin, it will be led by several law enforcement vehicles, 9 law enforcement motorcycles from different departments, including Amherst, Cheektowaga, Border Patrol, sheriffs and state police, a Buffalo police car, a state police car, sheriff's car, transit police car, AMR car, and another Buffalo police car will lead that, followed by a hearse, and then Engine 2, which you see there carrying the casket of firefighter Jason Arno.
We know so many different fire departments, not just from the Western New York area, but all around New York State. Even neighboring states, too, are here today as well. So we'll be getting a look at that in just a little bit. You can see those firefighters loading themselves into the rig right now. You can still see part of the casket there draped in the American flag. It looks like they're going to have some folks riding in the back there with him as well. Just a really somber day here in the Queen City. And, it's just been a somber feeling since March 1st when we lost this brave hero.
We do expect one of the more solemn moments of the day to be maybe about 15-20 minutes from now, when that fire truck makes its way past the Engine 2 station house on Virginia Street in Allentown, where Jason Arno worked out of. We do have Sarah Minkowitz there. We expect people will be gathering around there for that moment as that truck makes its way with the rest of the procession to St. Joseph Cathedral, where we have seen, as we saw from Marley Tuskus a moment ago, several firefighters show up to prepare to salute firefighter Arno, as well as the American flag being dropped down over Franklin Street.
Yep, and you can see that black and purple bunting right there. We know that's been on the Engine 2 firehouse. You can see it right there on the fire truck as well, showing that they're mourning the loss of their brother. And, again, we've just seen such a turnout. People, they're expecting thousands to line the streets today for this procession. We know that the funeral itself will not be open to the public, but they've encouraged people who want to show their support, who don't personally know firefighter Jason Arno, to line up on the street, listen to the service, and show support that way. Give the family and friends and those closest to him the privacy to mourn.
And I just want to let everybody know, because it's a mix of family and firefighters, who the pallbearers are for this service today. Delton Arno, Nick Arno, Noah Arno, Michael Ferrero, James Fierro, Wesley King, and firefighter Brandon Probst, firefighter Julio Escalin, and firefighter Robert Trank. It's clear, Abby, that the firefighter family is so important to Jason Arno, Jason Arno's family, and we see that with this ceremony today as this procession gets underway. Those vehicles will head south on Delaware and turn onto Allen Street before turning onto Elmwood and passing the Engine 2 station house.
Like you said, somber moment there. That fire truck just pulled away. And, this is a live look right now outside the cathedral. You can see that firefighter uniform. Just a somber moment for sure. Like you said, with the snow falling down, I know we're going to get a look in just a little bit at just how many people are out there showing their support. It's truly astonishing how the community has come together, not just here, but all around as well, too. Again, law enforcement leading the casket.
We're being told that that is firefighter Arno's gear there that we see on that truck right there as well.
He does leave behind a daughter and a wife. We're thinking of them today, too. That 37-year-old hero who we sadly lost March 1st.
This funeral service is scheduled to begin around 10 o'clock. Of course, that is going to be dependent on how long it takes the procession to make its way down into downtown Buffalo. It will be taking place at St. Joseph Cathedral, which is the same church, the same cathedral where 14 years ago we saw the funeral service for Lieutenant McCarthy and firefighter Kroom after they perished equally heroically serving this city in a fire. And I can't help but think about that day, similar images that we saw outside the cathedral that day to what we're seeing currently on Franklin Street.
We've talked about those similar parallels between Chip McCarthy and Jonathan Kroom. 2009, that happened. Both heroically died in the line of duty, just like Jason Arno here as well.
Just take a moment to appreciate the sight and the sense of community and heroism that we are seeing right now in downtown Buffalo here, as we can see in that shot, people gathering, waiting to salute and thank firefighter Arno.
A job that doesn't get enough appreciation. You know, these people are heroes. There's a live look at St. Joseph Cathedral. They're hanging the flag there.
And we see it appears it has stopped snowing at the downtown. And as we shift back to the area around the Delaware Avenue Funeral Home, we do still see the snow falling as the rest of the vehicles get into line to take this hero to his funeral service, as we welcome our viewers on Channel 4 as we simulcast on WIVB and WNLO, preparing for the funeral of Jason Arno.
They just took his casket from the Amagon Funeral Home, making its way to St. Joseph Cathedral. You can see some of those other first responders and other cars beginning to make their way as well. You can see those flashing lights, and when we checked back in with our cameras out there at the cathedral, we could see all of the hundreds and hundreds of first responders in their blues showing support and honoring this hero that we have. You can see them all lining up there. Wow, what a turnout.
And after the Engine 2 pulls away, it will be followed by a procession group, which will include the funeral director, 2 Buffalo Fire Department SUVs that will be B56 and B44, as well as the family, of course, of Arno, several buses and limousines, and it will be followed by 2 Buffalo police cars as we take this moment to just appreciate the service that firefighter Arno has provided for this city and watch as his casket pulls away from the Amagon Funeral Home.